So can you tell us who are you, please?
Yes, my name is Maya Sinai, and I'm a dermatologist and Mohs surgeon. I'm actually a fourth generation dermatologist, so I'm very proud to be a dermatologist. I practice in Israel, and I also practice in Texas. I love my job, and it's why I wake up in the morning and what I think about when I go to sleep at night.
And if you love it so much, why and how did you become a dermatologist?
That's a very good question. Why did I become a dermatologist? I went to medical school because I was in a master's program for medical illustration. In college, I studied art, studio art and painting, and biology. And when I finished college, my father, who's also a Mohs surgeon, wanted to write a surgical atlas on flaps of the face. And I thought it would be fun to combine the two and illustrate a textbook that he writes. And it was a nice joint project to do with my father. It was also an honor and it was fun for me. And then when I was actually illustrating that textbook, I realized that I wanted to do more and I wanted to be better at it. And so I wanted to learn more techniques. So I applied to the Art as Applied to Medicine program at Hopkins in Baltimore. And we did 2 years of medical illustration and it was amazing. And then I realized that you actually don't need a degree to do art, but you do need a degree to continue learning the medicine. So I went to medical school and I found the love of my life, which was also my job and my husband. I found that actually medicine is really something so nice and can give something to everybody. And I'll never have to look for work. There's lots of work in the medical field. And then when I wanted to pick a specialty, I thought I would be a really good a female physician or gynecologist. And then I realized that actually when you choose a specialty, you also choose your way and your quality of life. And so dermatology was something that was very familiar to me because of growing up and going to work with my dad. That was something that was really fun for me and very something that I know very well. And so I actually, in the end, switched my specialty to dermatology. And I gladly, the process wasn't so long, so I was accepted and it was amazing. And I'm now a fourth generation dermatologist.
And why did you choose to join HubMed?
I chose to join HubMed Ed because I think this platform is super important. As you're growing up and growing into your specialty, you always need a helping hand and you always want to grow and be the most updated and you want to learn about things. You can't always go to all the conferences and keep up a practice. And so learning online is crucial, especially when you're learning new techniques and you're learning new products. And it's really nice to always know what other people are doing and you can learn something from everyone. So even if there's a subject that you might not be familiar with in your clinic or in your practice, it's always going to help you no matter what. So this is a great way to just become a better practitioner, a better doctor, a better injector.
Being the fourth generation of dermatologist, I wonder what was your biggest inspiration to become one?
My biggest inspiration was probably when I was like very, very young, an event that kind of got me very excited about, what it is that my dad does at work. He was a doctor for the Houston Astros, which is the baseball team in Houston. And I came with him to work that day and I saw how the players and everyone was like so thankful to my dad. And I was like, wow, not just me at home loving my dad, but everyone is so thankful and so happy for all the things that he does. And so that was kind of this kind of event that really kind of sparked that. But really my dad's way at work and how his patients love him even like 40 years after being in the field. And he's just such a nice person. And it's just such a nice way to always wake up and go to work that people are just very thankful and very appreciative of what you do. And he does it with such, style and grace. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want out of life.
And let's talk now about the processes in aesthetics medicine. What are your favorite processes?
Oh, my favorite things to do in aesthetic medicine. That's a good question. I think my favorite things are helping people achieve their goals. So I don't do whatever it is I want all the time for my patients, but I listen to them and I help them get to where they want to go. So I like it when we do something even small or something big or something mild or something very, not aggressive, but something like a big change. And then they look in the mirror and they say, wow, I'm so happy. I didn't know it could look like this. I look so good. And that's really the thing that gets me excited about my work.
Favorite topics, and then what are the less favorite procedures you have to encounter in your work?
My least favorite things at work. That's a good question. I think I like everything. When I was growing up and going to work with my dad, I did every job possible in the clinic, from filing to taking out stitches to restocking the rooms. I did everything, and I loved it all because it was always everything was part of the process. And so now that I don't have that, I probably don't like having to tell patients about bad biopsy results. I'm also a Mohs surgeon, and so we do biopsies about suspicious lesions. And a lot of times things will come out cancerous, and I'll have to tell the patients. But I always try to calm them and try to help them realize that it's, a process, and this isn't like a jail sentence or something like that. It's something, that I'm with them and I'm part of the process with them. So that's probably the least friendly part of my job, but it's still, I make it very lighthearted and, if you can even say, fun for the patient.
Well, coming from you, that doesn't surprise me because you're always so positive and with that smile. So let's talk now about the favorite congresses. There are a lot. Which one is your favorite?
There are a lot. Like, if I had to pick one, it's a tough call because every time I go to the Congress, I'm a different injector. I have learned more and I have more experience. And so I pick up newer things. Probably my first MCAS in Paris was my most memorable because I saw an amazing talk about neurotoxin injections by a famous doctor in Kuwait, and she spoke very beautifully about the patients and the medicine and how it's so different. And I said, wow, she does like the same thing, but something completely different than what I do. And we're, both female doctors and we're both in this together. And it was just a really nice kind of homing feeling. It was nice.
Okay, and now let's go to more particular examples. What was your best case and your worst case?
I don't think I have. Can I say that I don't have a best and a worst case? That I love every single one of them? Everyone that comes into my clinic, I handpick them, and I will gladly go out to eat with every single one of my patients because I love each and every one of them. So they're all my best cases. My worst case? I don't have a worst case. I love them all. I love all of you. I love all of you guys.
Okay, that was a great introduction of yourself. Let's go now to the podcast.
Okay.